can I just say, this alone is going to make me pre-order.
Looking to the future.
So Bungie just dropped this new trailer for Shadowkeep, and it looks pretty damn good. When Eris is involved, you know shit is going down. So let's break straight through this content and see what's up. Right, so obviously we're back on the moon. It's pretty obvious. Travel on Earth in the background. Black screen.
Now stalk the surface. Walking shadows, seeking vengeance.
I honestly feel like a high school teacher pausing it. But as you can see, that looks like an ogre. That looks like some thrall. And that looks like an Archon priest. I'm probably wrong on all counts. Maybe other than the ogre.
Our old fears may rise again. And in the dark below.
For those wondering, the Dark Below is a callback or reference to Destiny 1's first ever DLC.
Something wicked.
I don't know about you, but this is Skolas.
We must bring an
So
end
basically,
to
I don't
the
know
suffering.
what enemies were there
One way
other than Crota, and I'm positive that is Skolas. But Summit is definitely bringing them back from the dead because they are dead. That is a cool gun, by the way. I forgot to mention, as soon as she said, has awakened, listen very carefully.
has awakened.
For those of you who didn't hear, here's the clip again, but the sound is going to be turned right up.
Something wicked has awakened.
For those of you thinking, what the hell is that in the background? Well, those year one players will know exactly what I'm on about. I'm going to play you the original version right now. Right, next on the list is Bungie's live stream they did with Luke Smith and Mark Noseworthy, which are the game lead people at Bungie. Datto is on the stream, but that does not matter. What does matter is the future of Destiny, which I'll cut to right now.
I'm Luke. And I'm Mark. The question on everyone's mind since Bungie's gone truly independent and is in complete control of Destiny's future. We're publishing the game now, we're an independent company, is now what?
Is improving the RPG.
Yeah, we really want deeper build customization for our players and for your characters. You're creating these monster killing machines and you want to make them your own, and we can do a lot more there.
And so a bunch of what we're doing this fall is going to be about adding the stats back into the game, RPGing the game more than it was. And D2 launched away, Forsaken improved it, and we think Shadowkeep's going to take that kind of to the next level. The second part about what we mean when we say RPG is really important to us. It's about improving social. Like, this is a place where it can be hard to find grouping, it can be hard to make friends in Destiny, and what we've been saying for years as we've been dodging the MMO term is it's a game best played with your friends. And so this is one of the things that on the long horizon of the Destiny franchise, we have to improve the social game. And so part one of the vision, awesome action MMO. Part two of the vision for Destiny going forward is a single evolving world. The third part of the vision here is play it anywhere.
Yeah, we want you to be able to play Destiny anytime, anywhere with your friends.
And then the next thing, do you want to just jump? We have our set list that we're moving through. And so the next thing on the list, there's been a little bit of talk about over the last 24 hours. Maybe you want to talk about cross save.
So yeah, cross save is coming to Destiny 2 finally. Cross save is coming to all platforms, all of them. PlayStation, Xbox, PC. Destiny 2 Shadowkeep is completely standalone. It's an expansion pack, and it's standalone. It's an expand-alone, I guess is what you would call it.
You don't have to play Forsaken. You don't need to play Curse of Osiris, Warmind. You don't have to have played Drifter, none of it.
You buy it and you jump right in. But we want to do that with seasons too. And so going forward, our seasons, you're going to be able to jump in and have a great free experience, and that's awesome. But if you want that, access to some of the premium content, you can jump in and buy that season, season 8 separately from season 9.
Yep. There's going to be no more exclusive activity content, no exclusive gameplay things like exotic weapons. We're not doing any of that stuff going forward.
Yeah. So there's one more thing that I'm going to share before we're done is that this year, Destiny 2 on PC needs to find a new home.
Some would say we need to find an epic partner.
Yeah, and so we need to find a new home, and because we're self-publishing Destiny now, and we're truly on our own. And so Destiny 2 is going to be coming to Steam. This means that anyone currently playing Destiny 2, they're going to be able to come over to Steam, free of charge. They're going to continue their accounts. They're going to continue all their possessions. Going to move over. Any licenses they had, any DLC, like whatever, it all comes over. And Shadowkeep, the D2 expansion that's coming out this fall, is going to be shipping exclusively on Steam this year.
It's kind of like when you relocate for a job, and they relocate you, and like a van shows up at your house and loads all your stuff in, and then takes it, and you show up at your new house, and it's all there. But this time we're gonna like unpack it and move you over to Steam.
How exactly this is all going to happen? There's going to be a website on BungieNet somewhere that describes it in more detail. But we want the transition to be really seamless for players and a really good experience.
So a thing that we want to try to do to wrap all of this up is like do the Instagram cut down version of everything we just talked about in like 20 seconds. So the vision for Destiny going forward is pretty simple. It's an awesome action MMO in a single evolving world that you can play anywhere. By playing anywhere, that means cross-save across all of our platforms. We have a new platform that we're adding this year, Stadia. We have a new entry point for the game called Destiny 2 New Light, which is free. And everything we add to the game is going to be purchased a la carte going forward. So Shadowkeep, Season 8. Let's say in Season 8 we start to lay the foundation for some changes we want to make to PvP, but it doesn't tempt you to come back yet. Well, maybe in Season 9 we'll have something that's going to make you want to come back for sure. No more exclusives going forward for us in terms of gameplay and armor and weapons, and if you're playing the game on PC, we're moving you to Steam. That's kind of like that's the end of the set list. The encore, if we're carrying the music thing forward, is this awesome?
I think it's more than an encore.
Yeah, actually, we're the opening act.
Yeah, they've been watching two dudes talk to you for 12 minutes or whatever.
So, the main event is coming up. Data's behind us getting ready. But first, let's take a look at a new Vidoc called Out of the Shadows.
This really is the beginning.
There are only two groups who are going to decide what happens to Destiny next: Bungie and the players who play Destiny. So at its core, Shadowkeep is about returning to the moon.
We haven't been to the moon in a while, since Destiny 1, and a lot's changed.
When you go back, it isn't exactly what you thought it was.
There's like huge cracks ripped into it. There's a weird scarlet fortress. And so the context of the moon has been updated entirely.
This isn't just about the hive anymore. It's about something else, something terrifying.
The moon this time around is something really scary that is playing on your fear in a way that hasn't happened before. Before it was, oh, it's a big giant thing and it's scary, but now there's actual, like, some psychological elements to that.
Much too long.
Having Eris come back instantly signals to players the tone shift and change.
There's an undertone of threatening and psychological horror.
You're all insufferable!
Shadowkeep refers to the things that Eris unleashed on the solar system. Nightmares are manifestations of a guardian's past.
What if the villains that you thought were well into the ground actually weren't, and they were being resurrected by the darkness? Do all of the things that you've grown accustomed to doing.
Being unable to achieve what you're trying to achieve, no matter how hard you try.
Players, they think we can deal with this. we killed Crota, like we killed Oryx. Like, no big deal, right? Well, you're going to get there and you discover it's a bigger deal than you even thought it could be.
The darkness is actually a lot closer than you realized.
Now you know my suffering.
Personally, I'm excited about the artifact. Players just get to kind of like fidget with these knobs and switches and do all the things that they want to do.
When you get to this last tier, each of these perks gets relatively close to what an exotic might feel like. That's going to be a lot of fun.
It's kind of like the dunk. There's so many different ways to dunk. You can behind the back, 360, cartwheel, whatever.
This is an exotic trace rifle. Fire it on an enemy and it creates a big old crit spot. Here's a hand cannon that Victor's working on. It fires special ammo, and it's a little bit like a one-handed sniper.
Like, it's actually our only hand cannon with a scope on it. Right now, it kind of lights you on fire if you keep firing it too much. We'll see. Some people like it, some people are kind of but we'll hammer it all out.
All right, it's time. It's about to get loud in here. 1v1. 1v1 on the board. Oh!
One of the things we really want to focus on, especially with Season 8 and the start of Shadowkeep, is a renewed focus on PvP.
When we look at how we're thinking about the next 3-5 years, it's really important to us.
It's cool to have a game.
Work. You're alive.
You started in the Cosmodrome.
You're going back.
Going back. Yeah, blast from the past.
Okay, it's not going to break orbit, but it just might get us to the city.
It's as easy as come in, make a character, play the amazing introduction to the game, and then land in the tower.
And then we'll set them loose to open up the world as they see fit.
And have sort of an array of potential in front of you.
You can just start playing the game and get into some of the same activities that your friends might be playing. The campaigns from D to Year 1, the Red War, Curse of Osiris, and Warmind.
Every world we have will be available for them to explore and to free roam and to do bounties on. Every cooperative strike, whether they're playing with friends or matchmaking, every competitive multiplayer map.
The D2 Year 1 raids like Leviathan.
Full access to Gambit, the hybrid mode that we have. All these things are available to them for nothing.